Okay, I don't know, it's still doing weird stuff, but I did discover a way of fixing the camera. If I get the right battery and don't have the card in it, I can then set the settings like I used to in the past, and then put the card in. If I get the right battery, whether it's one of the Lumix ones or it's the generic one. So, oh, it's a bit windy today. Yeah, it's about onto its third season now, so yeah, another little one down there. Previous 2 seasons totally unwatered over the summer, so they can definitely survive bone dry, you know, southern Aberlandian summers sort of thing. Yeah, back to normal. Wow, general focus. Got the car there in case don't get any dumb surprises and someone drives in there and runs me over while I'm filming. But just going to show you. So the colours are probably a bit off, I don't know. But yeah, terrible fly trap season this year. Before Christmas they came in and they were all in these sort of nice pots. I've got to hand it to them. I like the idea, the creative idea of the porcelain pot, but the price is wrong, you see. Whoever's selling Mr. Dingley his pots isn't doing him any good. I mean, if Mr. Dingley can't get the price down on these, well, he shouldn't be doing them, I don't think. I like the concept, it's a good idea, keeps everything cool and things like that. So, yeah, hang on, maybe I need to go on spot colour boy. Yeah, let's do that again. So there's the price, and there's the plant in general. It's the old gobbledyguts, of course, and of course it comes in. If I can get this to work, I can just about pull this out. There we go. So the price is the same, but in the old days you get one of these. Originally they were about $6, then they crept up to, you know, $8.95 and then to $12 and things like that. And there's a few in there in the shops before Christmas. This has got 2 plants in there, as you can see, which is why I bought it. So basically they're $8 a plant. There's some like little seedling tiddly pop things that look like they've come out of tissue culture. Yeah, I've been in the game long enough to see just about everything. So and there's some nice hybrids coming in after Christmas, but they're only like 1 plant in there, and they were like half this size. Lovely plant. It's one of those fly trap king ones. With, you know, it's like a perp hybrid, very short, big lid, sort of thing, yellow sort of thing. Yeah, nice to have, but the price is it's just too expensive for 1 plant sort of thing. Anyway, so what happened before Christmas? One of the 2 places, either Collector's Corner or Dingley's, got hit by either the flooding or the storm. I think, you know that we had a storm sort of thing. Apparently they got hit with one of these. So only one of the distributors was operating before Christmas, and of course that's when they decided to bring in these things, which is a good idea. I like the concept, keeps the roots cool, nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, I think Mr. Porcelain Pots is putting both of them out of business, because if you can't sell a plant, no one makes any money sort of thing. So, you know, if Mr. Porcelain Pots can get his price down to the old maybe $8-9 sort of range, so the whole thing comes right in there, and you get more than 1 plant in a pot sort of thing, they'll sell like hotcakes, and it's a step forward in the direction of CP sort of thing. So anyway, so not only were they in trouble before Christmas, not being able to do much business before Christmas, but they put out this thing that it was like a double whammy. I mean, you put out some plants, but they just don't sell, and no one makes any money sort of thing. So that's one thing. And then I got some I got another strawberry, but of course, you know, look at that, maybe 2 plants in there, so that'd be fun. I might get 2 plants out of that, I don't know, but there we go. So it's a sweetheart strawberry, but I only bought this because I came across this first of all, which was giant Victoria. So I'm assuming what they mean is it's the Victorian hybrid that was named after Queen Victoria back, well, not last century, but the century before. It was named after Queen Victoria. And that has about 4 plants in there, you see. So I thought that was value for money, about $5 for that. Well, I can't. $5 for something like that, no problem. Instant sale, instant gratification. I mean, if only the same could be said for carnivorous plants. But anyway, I'm going to take you down now, and we're going to put some sand in. I'll show you what I'm doing now. I think I actually had the answer just at the beginning of 2020, just as we sort of got locked down into these the so-called scamdemic. You know, it's all come out now in Pfizer, and it was even on our 1 p.m. Tell Brendan Dilley of the Dilley Show. The ABC actually ran a story, one of their first top 1 to 3 stories on the 1 p.m. 891 ABC News on the car radio as I was driving around today. So yeah, so we go back to normal general focus. So I think I actually got the answer then, but the only thing I didn't realise is I had to do it flooded. So yeah, it has to be like sort of flooded, so you know, it just sort of doesn't dry on the top, so it can be damp and wet, clay, muddy sort of thing, a bit like a muck soil. And a couple of spoons, it goes to this lovely nice chocolate brown, which I think is fantastic. I can't wait to see some plants in this sort of stuff. And that's just a little cutting. I went to pull a leaf off to do the normal leaf thing, and yeah, it snapped off, and I got a bit of a so we'll see how it's going. It's already grown a centimetre and a half in 3 days, so that's not bad, I suppose. But anyway, I'm just going to lower this down, and we'll go over a bucket sort of thing like we normally do, if we can. I probably do have to put it on spot cutting soon, but yeah, get it over there. And maybe first of all open up a bag. So this is just general clay pit sand, quartzite sand. So I don't know, always best to make sure we're in shot. Yeah, there we go. It's probably good enough. And we're just going to open it up and put it in. And I'll show you how quick and simple it's going to be. And once I get it open, of course. So just a normal clay pit sand. It's not perfectly white, but I think our formula will do that for us. Now we're going to put our thing over the bucket. I've got this bloody hat on because I've got to have the hat on because, you know, we're midsummer here, yet the weather's almost like winter weather today, like during the wet. Weird. Whole season's weird. And we're due in another month or so, around my George Washington's birthday, to have 46, 47, 48 during the day. Night time it will be balmy, 26, 28, 30, 32. Hardly ever goes above 32, and it always seems to go in those strange even numbers. You hardly get a 27, a 29, or 31, which is weird. Don't know if anyone can give me a reason. So this is why it's so simple with this thing here. So you just put the sand on here, and then that's one thing I forgot, is to get my bucket of water ready so I can just pour it on for you. Oh well, we'll get there. So you just basically put the sand in and brim it like this, like so. And I've probably only got 1 notch of battery on my camera here because I'm trying to sort out which battery will allow me to get my old settings back. So that'll do. And we'll just get our bucket of water. Sorry about that. got everything else. Had the buckets prepared, scissors, everything, bag of sand. Now, you just put it on and pour it on until about 50 counts. And you just get closer to the edge sometime. It might run over the edge a bit, but and when it gets to about 50, then you can start banging it and it will start going down, and hopefully you'll get it where you get a little bit of water on top, and then you can pour out any excess. You can bang it down the bottom. Sort of thing. So it'll sit like that, and as I say, the water's going down, and then you bang it around. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. So yeah, just about, and then you just sort of keep doing this and covering it until it doesn't do that anymore. So you keep going around and banging them, especially the bottom of the pot sort of thing. And if you haven't got too fine a quartzite sand, remember quartzite sand has a intersecity percentage of about 10%. We worked that out by washing the iron out of the grains with some pool acid. You can work out. So now it's gone down that much. What you want to do now, when you get out of the sunlight, because that might be important, is you pour off the excess, like about there. So it's like that. Then you get your formula. So you got your formula there in your whatever. Maybe I need to put that on the spot colour for you. So you got your formula there, and then you just give it a shake, and you don't even have to use the spacer with this. Just give it a good shake and just pour it on in the middle, and it will settle itself down in about half an hour, and semi-knit together in an hour. You can stir it up, and that will sit like there at that level with a little bit of water on the top, which will evaporate off from the sunlight sort of thing. And anyway, so that's basically what I'm doing, and then once that's settled in, I'll divide up the ceracine. I'll put one in there, I'll put one in there, I'll put a strawberry in, sort of thing, and so on and so forth. And I even I've got a potato in there somewhere on the right hand side, so you know that might actually sprout, because you know the Irish used to grow their potatoes by putting seaweed in the bottom of a trench, sort of thing. Now I think the difference is Emerald Isle is not Copper Island, Cyprus is Copper Island, where this comes from. So that's tough enough to handle, because remember BK of South African Bricinias sort of thing, he says CPs and other plants, related plants like Bricinias, don't like copper and they don't like boron, whereas this can handle that because it's from Copper Island originally, and the sort of, you know, around Egypt sort of way, sort of thing, the Mediterranean Egypt sort of way. So I don't think that the bogs of the so-called Emerald Isle, there's nothing greener than emerald, as they say. Who was the Greek philosopher who said that? I don't think the bogs of, you know, they say that the highest micronutrient found in peat and other peat-related humuses is copper. I don't think it is copper. I think they made a mistake. Anyway, I did some experiments, and I got a pleasant surprise today. So, and so I don't think they're correct about that. I don't think the Emerald Isle or the bogs of Ireland or Ayr I don't think the highest micronutrient in the peat and peat-related humus is actually copper. It's another element that gives you the same colour response sort of thing. And in the past, they just said blue is blue sort of thing. You know, everyone knows anything that's blue has got to be copper, and they didn't follow up with any diagnostic experiments, and they made a big balls up, a big boo-boo basically. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. So I'll set up another bucket using this idea that it's not copper in there, and so far it looks very promising, just from the way the reactions went sort of thing that I'm used to. So we'll get onto these, plant this in. I might try and do some this afternoon once it's settled in, and we'll see if we can do them straight away sort of thing. No waiting around sort of thing. But yeah, the price of the fly traps is just too expensive for what it is. You're getting 2 plants in a pot. Barely getting 2 plants of Dionaea in the pot. Normally you get 3 decent sized plants, 2 intermediate sized plants, and 2 to 3 little wispy, papery things that, you know, if you treat them very, very, very carefully, they will survive. But otherwise, they'll dry off in an afternoon if you don't wash them, sort of thing. Not even getting that, you know. So I think, as I said, Mr. Dingley, I love the idea. The idea's on the right tracks. Stops them from blowing away or falling over in the car when you're taking them home. Keeps the roots cool and everything. It's just, I think Mr. Porcelain Pot is putting them both out of business, basically. Especially with what we got now. I mean, if I had my true 1-to-1 colour that I'm used to now, that would look absolutely beautiful. I love the colour that's coming on it now. So, yeah. Anyway, that's about it for this one, I think. I'll do some potting up this afternoon, I think, if the sun stays out. As I said, we've got lots of major cloudage in the distance if I go to... Oh, we are on general. And the battery's about to run out. So, it's alright. Oh, and the noise. I should have my beanies on. Lots of noise. Anyway, I'll get these in, and maybe I should make another quick clip and just sort of try and get one in this one. You can see how easy it will be to get in. I think I'll do another clip, okay? And we'll try that, okay? See ya.